the 9th of October 1988, Cork football supporters trooped out of Croke Park dejected. They had just seen their side beaten in the All-Ireland final for the second year in succession, this time after a replay with Meath. But the Cork team and officials left Croke Park determined to be back again the following summer to make up for those defeats. Well, the story of the 1989 Football Championship is one of many turns and twists, fortuitous victories for some, a host of might-have-beens for others, as titles were lost and titles were won. But we begin our story just before the championship and at the climax of the National League campaign and the home final at Croke Park, and a hint of things to come between Cork and Dublin.
So we await the first score. Barry Coffey, challenged by two Dublin players, back to Dave Barry. Michael Slocum, 65 metres out to the unmarked Teddy McCarthy. Challenged by Heary. Slightly off balance, he's got the opening score. Cork, who've won the league on 3 occasions, have gone in front with 3.5 minutes of the game gone. Well, the Dublin midfield is going to have to watch for Teddy McCarthy moving up from midfield. He did it, of course, against Kerry. Great effect in the semi-final. He's done it twice already this afternoon. This is Tommy Carr. Kieran Duff, high challenge. Referee allows him an advantage. Good refereeing by Mickey Kearns. Ronayne, the hand pass outside to the unmarked McCaffrey. Trying to round Jimmy Kerrigan. An awkward angle, but he's put it over the bar. The sides are level. Noel McCaffrey, playing in just his third league match of the season, has tied up the scores. 65 metres out. This is Teddy McCarthy making another good burst forward out of midfield. Looking for a second point for Cork. High and ambitiously so, but over the bar. And Teddy McCarthy has got both points for Cork. Terrific play by the midfielder. Jimmy Kerrigan linking up neatly with Teddy McCarthy towards Dennis Allen, fisted on, fisted forward by Paul McGrath to Barry Coffey, 13 metres out, comes down. Dave Barry has it come back to John Cleary, and it's over the bar. An inspired phase of play by Cork. But John Cleary, who's hit 9 points in his last 2 games against Louth and Armagh, got the latest. Barry Coffey had that first effort blocked down well. Then it fell to Dave Barry, who was thundering in off John O'Leary. That was a good save. It came out to Cleary, who popped it over to make it Cork 5 points, Dublin 1. Dublin now really need to battle hard and work tenaciously at midfield to set up some chances for their inside forwards. We're getting very little. This is Tony Davis. Another burst forward. Dave Barry takes it. This is a very confident display by Cork right now. And that confidence is typified by that latest point by Dave Barry. 6 points to 1. And it's a long, long time since I can recall Cork playing so confidently at Croke Park in a major fixture, delighting their fans who are certainly enjoying the opening minutes. Tommy Carr towards Mick Galvin. They'll be looking for some direction from Mick Galvin. This is Charlie Redmond. Back to Galvin. Elaborating somewhat, but it goes over the bar. One they needed very much. Rekindling Dublin's hopes with 10 minutes to go to half-time. The Cork defence grouped well. That's Tommy Carr picking up that slack pass from the middle to Mick Deegan running forward. He scored 3 points in the league to date. Loves to join the attack. This is Galvin. That's a better one. Dublin's 3rd point. McGalvin's first of the afternoon. And the Dublin supporters now having something to cheer about. Kerrigan's kick. Barry Coffey challenging, breaks down to Teddy McCarthy, feeding it inside to his midfield partner Larry Tompkins, to the unmarked Dave Barry, holds it up. Tommy Carr unable to challenge, and 2 Dublin players colliding, taking that ball away from Larry Tompkins. It's fisted back down over to Teddy McCarthy in midfield. Barry Coffey Tony Davis calling for it. Still Barry Coffey on the right foot, and that's gliding beautifully over the bar for Cork's first point of the second half, restoring their half-time advantage. Noel McCaffrey, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who's been brought out towards midfield. John Cleary there taking a tumble with the challenge coming in from Eamon Heary. Cork take the free quickly to Teddy McCarthy. This is down to Dennis Allen. That's across to Barry Coffey, and it's a goal. But the referee disallows it. The referee is going in. The referee says no goal, not allowing it. Going in there to consult with the umpires, acknowledging the fact that it was a square ball. So another let off for Dublin. That's a good catch again by Barney Rock. Towards Alan McNally. But that's Niall Cahalane who gets in the way. Quells the Dublin fire, but then he fouls the ball and the referee gives a free in. A free in from 20 metres out. Should be another Dublin score for Barney Rock. Niall Cahalane a little bemused by that decision there by Mickey Kearns. Barney sensibly opting to tap it over the bar for his third point. Dublin's sixth of the afternoon, and 7 points the difference. Dublin badly needing a really good second half performance. Vinnie Murphy, can he supply the inspiration from midfield for them? Remember, they were beaten in last year's final following a draw the first day against Meath, and they last won this league title 2 years ago. Mick Deegan, the free taker, 65 metres out. Alan McNally getting there ahead of Niall Cahalane, supplying the pass to Tommy Carr, drilling it on the left foot for Dublin's 7th point. Tommy Carr's first, and now there are just 2 goals between the teams, and what a goal for Dublin would do for this match. Jerry Hargan will have to be secure here. Mick Kennedy, not standing on ceremony, delivering it inside, nicely caught by Mick Galvin, getting there ahead of Coleman Corrigan, who goes back to mind the house. Galvin across, this is a good one, off the post and down to safety. Another let off for Cork, or are they? It's gone wide eventually, and 2 Dublin players, Charlie Redmond there, along with Alan McNally, arguing furiously with the umpire. Worth taking a look at again. Mick Galvin's fine delivery, right into the square. They rose up high, it came off the post and down into the arms of John Kearns. Jim Ronayne looking for another score. Just 4 between them, remember. Kieran Duff. 3 between them now. Kieran Duff's second point, Dublin's 12th. It's 15 points to 12. I think time has run out for Dublin. There's the final whistle. Cork put behind them a bad spell in Croke Park of late by recapturing the league title in the home final after an absence of 9 years. They played some scintillating football, some devastating finishing as well. 5 of the 6 forwards scored, and it ended at Croke Park. Cork 15 points, Dublin 12.
3 weeks later, after a 3,000-mile journey, Cork finally landed the National League trophy proper. They crossed the East River to Gaelic Park in New York, helping to celebrate 75 years of Gaelic games in the area. And after winning twice against New York, their captain Dinny Allen was presented with the league trophy by John Dowling. Cork had played 12 times in the league campaign, winning their 4th title. Well, on then to the championship, and we begin in Ulster, where as always competition was really keen. An enthusiastic and skillful Donegal side emerged as a force to be reckoned with, as fancied Cavan found out at Breffni Park.
Tom Connaughton there, the Donegal manager, plenty of pressure on him. He's lost the last 2 years of championship football, and Cavan, as you see, getting ready to introduce a sub who'll be number 19, Pat Fallon. Oh, it's a goal! A great goal! Tommy Ryan, the scorer. The Donegal defence doing a very good job so far on the Cavan forward line. who've been frankly very disappointing. Brian Murray inside neatly to Joyce McMullen. That's a goal! A brilliant goal! 9.5 minutes gone in the second half, and Donegal firmly take a grip. Donegal look like enjoying a famous victory in the Ulster Championship. Marty Carlin, a county which has only had one victory since 1983 in the Championship. And this is Joyce McMullen looking to seal their victory. He's got a beauty. Another super goal from Joyce McMullen. It's a bit early, but do you think maybe this could be the year again?
We're just taking every game as it comes. We're looking forward now to the start of the Derry for Manny game. As I say, we just take every game as it comes now. Hopefully we'll do well.
11 minutes gone in the second half, and it's Derry who have added 6 points to their lead from half-time. Fermanagh only one. And Derry striving to add even to that total. It's nicely done by Barton. Certainly another chance for him this time. No mistake. Superbly worked score by Damien Barton. He had the chance earlier in the second half. He missed that one, or rather the keeper saved it. But this time Cormac McAdam had no chance. And Derry go yet again in search of yet another score. Keeper cuts inside the man. He's 40 metres out. He's still going, the half-back, puts it across towards McGilligan. He collects it. A chance for McGilligan. A goal here, certainly. Yes! And that really just confirms the superiority of Derry here at sunny St. Malise Park. That's their third goal. 3 goals, 14-1-7. The corner forward still going. Puts it down in towards Downey, the substitute. Puts it back towards Quigg. This will be another score. Good effort. The ball breaks from McGilligan again. And that's another goal from Brian McGilligan. Inside the space of 30 seconds, 2 goals for Derry and 2 goals for Brian McGilligan.
A late flourish there by Brian McGilligan that pushed Derry's winning margin to 17 points. In the other half of the draw, Armagh gave Tyrone a heck of a fright in Omagh. Eventually, it took 9 points from Kevin McCabe to see them through after a very shaky start.
Neat work by Armagh here, using the wide open spaces of Omagh. Kieran Farr gets back, doesn't stop McCullen, still going. Lovely football by Armagh. Chance, great goal! James Chapman. 8 points separate the sides, and Armagh have the advantage of the breeze. It down towards Plunkett Donaghy, but Grimley again in the middle of the park. Superb in the midfielder. Oh, that was a poor ball by him. To Damien O'Hagan. O'Hagan still putting through. Puts it in nicely towards Kieran Carr. A chance. It's a goal. And if Tyrone ever needed a goal in the Ulster Championship, they needed it now. But Donaghy collected it. He did very well, the Tyrone captain. Still going. Gets the kick in. Towards Carr. Flicks it down to McCabe. That's nicely worked by Tyrone. And here's McCabe's speed, the all-star forward. Lovely play by McCabe, a great run. He's still putting through, and it's over the bar. It's a fabulous score by Kevin McCabe. And the red and white flags are hoisted once more at Omagh. To Sean Myler. Looks for the space, gets Podge Quinn. And the options are there for Tyrone. What will Quinn do? He goes past Tomas Cassidy. He goes past the second one, still going. Flicks it in right-footed. And that ball is over the bar, and Tyrone incredibly have taken the lead.
Substitute Podge Quinn with the last score of the game. Tyrone had completed the great escape. Well, on then to Castleblaney next, where the Ulster champions Monaghan found down too hot to handle in the last of the quarter-finals.
Try to bring in Eugene Sherry, but it's Ambrose Rogers who wins the race for it. The big man does well. Floats it across left-footed. That's a glorious score by Ambrose Rogers. Beautiful score by the Longstone player, the experienced Rogers. That ball taken quickly to Liam Heaney. Transferred to Linden. Gets it at the second attempt. Finds Blaney. Long range effort by Blaney. It's high, it's drifting towards the goals. And it's a beautiful score by Greg Blaney. And that really was a superb, inspirational strike by the Down captain. Rogers, he's played an influential part for Down so far in the middle of the park. Towards Taylor, that's beautifully done by the Burren man. Onto his favourite left foot, flicks it in towards Linden's goal. And he flicks it over the bar. And Down increase their lead. It's Down who are in total control at the moment. Here's Mason again, that's nicely done to Heaney. A chance, that's it! Heaney raises his arms in salute, and the Down players cheer with their supporters. They must be bound for the Ulster football semi-final and a meeting with Tyrone.
Yes, Tyrone and Down bound for the semi-finals, the first of which was played a week later in Clones. Donegal took on Derry, and with Martin McHugh in outstanding form, they continued their march towards the Ulster final.
But the covering Donegal player there was Brian Toohey, and they play themselves out of difficulties with good, intelligent football. Michael Gallagher in possession, and going ahead of him is half-back Donald Reid. Donald Reid, lovely little ball, and Martin McHugh's in possession, and Martin McHugh looks for the target, and Martin McHugh has got his first score of the game, Donegal's second, and it's no more than they deserve because they've been dominant in the early stages. Donegal have had 7 chances of scores. They've taken just 2 of them. Derry have had 1 chance and they've taken it. As the ball breaks at midfield, it comes to Michael Gallagher. Michael Gallagher releases Joyce McMullen. McMullen to Martin McHugh, aiming down for goal. Oh, it's a magnificent finish by Martin McHugh. That's football at its highest level from one of the finest exponents of the code. But Joyce McMullen made the incision, but watch McHugh taking advantage, knowing what was on, knowing what he was doing. Brilliant. Kenneth Clones, bathed in sunshine. Nicely struck all the way. Martin McHugh, 1 goal and 2 points, his personal tally, and Donegal lead by 2 points. Derry fullback Danny Quinn has gone off, and into the Derry team comes PJ McCormick from Swatra. McCormick, his first interaction just to hold on to Brian Murray. Behind Murray comes Martin McHugh. It's a brilliant save by Colin McKenna. But the referee wants the ball out and it's going to be a penalty. A lot of holding going on in there. Martin McHugh with an electrifying burst of space. Look what happened then. He was down. And now Martin McHugh has the chance, if not exactly to wrap it up, certainly get the paper for thus doing for Donegal. And Colin McKenna has got to do the thinking. That's beautiful. Well, Maradona wouldn't do it better.
Yes, a superb finish there by McHugh, which finally wrote off the challenge of Derry. It was back to Blaney again for the second semi-final between Tyrone and Down. Referee John Goff had his hands and his notebook full, sending off 4 players and booking another 5. With John Lynch off early, Tyrone carried a numerical disadvantage for most of the game, but to their credit, it didn't show.
But both teams should now have been warned by referee John Goff that he will not stand on any sort of nonsense at all. He's quite prepared to book anybody, take names and send them off. He's shown that. Here's John Traynor. Oh, it's a brilliant goal by Traynor. He may have missed an easy-looking free kick, but that time he put that away with a great deal of authority. Picked the spot brilliantly. Damien O'Hagan is the Tyrone player. The knockdown to Kieran Corr. Duncan Donaghy, Stephen Conway, the only man to score for Tyrone in the match so far, and the same statistic still stands. 3 points for Tyrone, 3 points for Stephen Conway. Raymond Munro, how well this fellow's done. What a splendid match he's having. The Tyrone number 4. Damien O'Hagan's come inside Kevin McCabe. Now he gets it. O'Hagan looks for the score. And it's very good play by Tyrone. They really have played with their heads as well as their feet to try and offset the numerical disadvantage they're at. Dr. Donaghy, Sean Myler, all rather untidy, eventually reaching Kyron Smith. Ross Carr, lovely ball, lovely out ball, gets Ambrose Rogers going in space, lovely dummy pass Kilpatrick, and the shot from Rogers was perfect. Perhaps the best score in the match, over the bar that is, after John Trainor's goal. It was a lovely piece of play. Bit of descent, he's moved the ball in, has John Goff to make the chance easier for Stephen Conway as he shapes up to take his 6th point of the match. And the team that's a man short have gone 3 points ahead. Tyrone playing inspired stuff now. Still in play. One umpire looked at another. Back to Damien O'Hagan. Harry McClure goes for the score, gets the score. It's a 4-point lead for Tyrone. A magnificent second half by Tyrone. Tell you one thing, it's tough in there. Here's Andy Kilpatrick. The men are falling like 10 pins. Up to Kevin McCabe. If he can turn Green here. Green keeps goal side of him cleverly. McCabe goes for his first score of the game. Off the post, it's the net! Damien O'Hagan! Damien O'Hagan, the scorer!
It was comfortable enough for Tyrone at the finish with 5 points to spare on their way to the Ulster final against Donegal. That we'll see a little bit later, but first though we're going to move to Connacht, where it took 2 games to separate Mayo and Galway. The first match in Tuam was an untidy enough affair, but it came alive in the end.
28 minutes gone in the second half. Well, it's been a rough, tough Connacht semi-final. Little given or expected. This time it's a short one to Noel Durkin. Pursued by Ed O'Shea, off balance, he hits it high, sublimely over the crossbar. So with just under 5 minutes to go, Noel Durkin launches it in. McHale was fouled. The referee's whistle had sounded, and that's going to be another free in for Mayo. So it's another opportunity for Michael Fitzmaurice. He's kicked 3 points so far. 2 of those were in the first half. There were Mayo's only 2 scores in the half. The confidence is high now, and Mayo lead by 2 points. The Connacht champions now striving to draw away from Galway. Liam McHale again. That's a nice point. Picking up the loose pass. And McHale has hit over his first point of the afternoon, and an invaluable one at that. Galway's hopes then hanging by a thread. John Joyce trying to wait for the brook of the ball. Tomas Mannion. They need a goal here, Galway. Otherwise they're out of the Connacht Championship. Gay McManus in. Lovin, it's a goal! Oh, I don't believe it! It's a goal which has come 2 minutes, or nearly 2 minutes, into injury time. They were absolutely out of it. But Gay McManus has given them a lifeline.
Padden and Walsh, the 2 big fielders. Padden wins it. Wins it well. There's a new spring in Willie Joe Padden's step today. He looks a different man altogether. Anthony Finnerty, well caught by the Mayo man. Has Jimmy Burke to his right. A drive by Anthony Finnerty. Jimmy Burke. What's on here? It's a penalty. It was Anthony Finnerty who set that one up. The Mayo supporters are thrilled with themselves getting a penalty so early in the game. Anthony Finnerty with the kick. He nets it. A good goal by Anthony Finnerty. Sean Maher with Dermot Flanagan in support. Dermot Flanagan will play with a lot of determination today. He got a lot of stick for his performance. That was a great crossfield ball to Willie Joe Padden, and he drives it over the bar. It might well have been a goal, but Padden, all the same, will be delighted with that point. Mayo with their tails up now. Liam McHale, so influential. A great ball into Sean Maher on the run. Sean Maher, the chance of the point. That was a very good kick. It was also a very good run by Sean Maher and a very good pass by Liam McHale. To John Joyce. That was a very good ball by Kevin Walsh. John Joyce will try and carry this one. He's Jimmy Brown approaching. John Joyce tries for the point. He got a very nice one in the first half, and now he's got a very nice one in the second too. Punch down towards Kevin McStay, who'll take on Aidan O'Shea again. Well, no, he gives it to Frank Noon, who called well for the ball. Frank Noon looking for the point. That looks a very good one by Frank Noon. Oh, that's glorious football by Frank Noon. Credit him with the point, but credit him also with the run, and he called for that ball as Kevin McStay attempted to go by his man. Michael Fitzmaurice failed from freeze, but he didn't fail from play in the first half when he got one very vital point, and now he's got another one, and that too could be vital. You just feel now that Mayo are on fire at last, and that they're beginning to put a few moves together. Anthony Finnerty to Kevin McStay. He could crown this with a nice point. That's a great ball by Kevin McStay. And that's a score that raises the cheer of the day. Well, it's all Mayo now, and you could see it coming really in the last few minutes. TJ Kilgallen providing the leadership that Mayo so badly need, but they're all failing their inability to punch things home. Well, as I speak, Liam McHale drives it low into the net. I was about to say that Mayo weren't really driving it home because there was only one score in it. A goal would have done it for Galway. Galway needed a goal, but it was Mayo that got it.
Yes, Mayo got it, and that was the end of Galway for another year. It was a much more clear-cut encounter between Roscommon and Sligo. That game was played at Dr. Hyde Park, and the home team banged in 4 of the best.
And a great ball by Tony McManus into Jury McManus. Can he find Michael Donlan to the right? Jury McManus will perhaps try to finish this one himself. He does. Donald Brady for Roscommon, unchallenged in the middle of the field, down towards Tony McManus, who has now reverted to left full forward. A good run by Tony McManus. To Paul Early. Drives it, Paul Early, to the top of the net. In the middle of the field, Paul Hickey for Roscommon. A good ball in towards Tony McManus. Can he get first one on it? Can he drive it? Yes, he can. Tony McManus. Paul Early waiting for the break. He's got the break. He's got another goal. A smashing goal by Paul Early.
4 goals that helped to set up a Connacht decider between Mayo and Roscommon. In Leinster, meanwhile, the Dubs had moved past Kildare and Wicklow, and they were heading for another showdown with Meath. That's if the champions could see off neighbours Offaly.
Goalkeeper Laz Malloy, guard, they're based in Ballivor, County Meath. And he better get back into goal fast because here comes Colm Coyle. Off the post, Colm O'Rourke. This time, it's there. A fine goal by Colm O'Rourke. He's picked up an injury in the process, but from Laz Malloy's kick out there, it came to O'Rourke, and really there was no opportunity for Malloy to save it. Down towards Bernard Flynn, James Stewart right beside him. Coming inside is Matty McCabe. An opportunity, and surely a penalty. The ball is in the net, but no question, Sean Kelly has given a penalty to me. Laz Malloy, the man who was called in from the public address system a few years ago and played a hero's part for them 4 years against Longford. Can he save it? No problem to Brian Stafford. The champions respond like true champions. So just 16 minutes gone in the second half, and Meath leading by 2-7 to Offaly's 9 points. A 4-point lead, and they're looking for more. Colm Coyle, a line-hearted player. Inside to Matty McCabe, to Colm O'Rourke. Is this it? It is! The icing on the cake for the All-Ireland and Munster champions. The Meath people celebrate.
Easy enough for Meath with an 11-point margin at the end and the prospect of another Leinster final against Dublin. Down south, the pairing of Cork and Kerry drew a packed house to Killarney on a wonderful summer's day in July.
Again, it's going to be Maurice Fitzgerald. Remember, he got 10 points in the 88 final. 7 of those came from frees. This is a chance for a second this afternoon. Well within his range, and he curls it over. Kerry enjoy a 2-point lead. Both of them from Maurice Fitzgerald. Ambrose O'Donovan. Pat Spillane, a first chance to get away from Tony Davis. Down that left side. Owen Liston was making himself available. Spillane in full flight, nudged high by Slocum. Holds off the challenge and he gets a very good point. That will do his confidence a whole world of good. Pat Spillane, one of the greats of Gaelic football, setting that one up, creating it and finishing it splendidly. Ambrose O'Donovan feeding it forward. The shoulder on Morgan Nix, released to Joe Shannon. Does it forward to Liston, getting inside O'Brien. On the left boot. And he screwed it wide from a glorious position. That's a bad miss. So much of that was well worth watching. O'Brien, the new full-back, was caught out of position by Liston, but he really should have finished from that situation there. It remains 3 points to 1. Ambrose O'Donovan out towards Maurice Fitzgerald. Willie Marr here just feeding it forward neatly to Tom Spillane. Space in front of him. Has he got the pace ahead of Conor Coonan? That would seem to be the case. Good run. Liston making amends for the one that got away. It's 4 points to 1. Owen Liston's first point of the match, set up by that marvellous run forward that time by Tom Spillane. A point to give the Kerry fans something to celebrate. So the prospects really for quite an intriguing Munster final this year yet again. So little between them last year, and so little between them for so long in so many Munster finals. This is Paul McGrath, curling delightfully. That's a lovely score. It's 4 points to 3. A player who set up the last score virtually because he was fouled, and he gets the next one. Paul McGrath's first point of the match. Charlie Nelligan doing his best to vary the kick out. Timmy Fleming. Jack O'Shea advancing. Feeding it forward to Fleming once more. Kerry unit moving very well in attack, but very much Liston the target man. That's back to Fleming. This is to Maurice Fitzgerald, taken away from him by Larry Tompkins. Right at the vital moment, Tompkins, who went way back about 45 metres to follow that attack all the way, prevented almost a certain goal. Here's Kerrigan. Into space towards Denny Allen. Taking it down with poise. Turning to face Ambrose O'Donovan, getting it onto the right boot to give Cork the lead. 5 points to 4. The Munster champions ease into a 1-point advantage. And the team captain is the one who got that. McCarthy again. His catches at midfield have really been a feature of the first half. Coffey's free quickly into John O'Driscoll, unmarked. Oh, it's a goal! A goal by John O'Driscoll, and a brilliant piece of quick thinking. With a minute to go to half-time, John O'Driscoll, the player who came back from injury, but watch this for a free. Put down quickly. Barry Coffey said, wow, John O'Driscoll's unmarked. Now he had to go around the defender and back again. But watch as he struggled to get away, get a bit of freedom. And what a good finish, high into the corner. Nelligan was powerless. That's a brilliant piece of opportunism by Cork. Paul McGrath getting it back to McCarthy. Cork now trying to really stamp home their advantage. That's John Cleary across towards Dave Barry. Breaks down to Paul McGrath. And over the bar. A second point. Didn't waste a second as that one came in onto the left leg and carefully put over. John Cleary. Cleary, one of the forwards yet to score for Cork. This is Dennis Allen. That's into Tompkins. Good position. Well defended. A splendid piece of covering by Connie Murphy again. Kerry can see the 45. But in my book, Connie Murphy did really well that time, preventing a near certain goal for Cork. Watch for Larry Tompkins taking the pass from Dennis Allen. Watch also for the number 5. Fully committed, determined. That's a great block down, a 45. Larry Tompkins from the 45. It's a gentle breeze blowing into his face, but doesn't affect his concentration. It goes sailing over the crossbar. Cork now really opening up something of a gap. 6 points between the teams. Ken Savage, nice ball inside to Liston. Can he finish? Oh, he's missed it. It was a brilliant ball forward into the path of Liston, and that's one that Kerry could have done with so dearly. Right corner back Ken Savage spotted that Liston had taken up a splendid angle, wrong footing the fullback completely. The angle was awkward for him, he hit it instinctively but well outside the post. Kerry with another 20 minutes to go in this Munster final, looking a little dispirited right now, ragged, lacking cohesion. Cork, a younger and fresher team it seems, laced with skill. Barry to Cleary, and the finish perfect. 1 goal and 10 points for Cork, 6 points for Kerry. John Cleary's first point of the match so far comes 15 minutes into the second half. McCarthy once again. Well, at this stage in the match, it's looking embarrassingly easy for Cork. John O'Driscoll. This is Jimmy Kerrigan. The cornerback has his effort blocked by Jack O'Shea. It's the second 45 of the match. And the last time Kerrigan was playing in a Munster final, he was wearing the right half forward shirt. So Larry Tompkins today playing in his 12th championship match for Cork. Beautifully struck, great control, nice fluency in the style, and that's the 7th point in this final now for Larry Tompkins, and 6 of those have come from frees. It's Cork 111, Kerry 6 points. Here's Liston. Back to Pat Spillane, and that's the first point. It's come 25.5 minutes into the second half. Pat Spillane second. Maurice Fitzgerald, well struck free. Oh, he listed off the crossbar to Pat Spillane. Oh, how unlucky can you get? A beautifully struck free by Maurice Fitzgerald. Liston, the tall player, well over 6 foot tall, connected well with the left fist off the iron. And Pat Spillane following up, couldn't quite connect properly. A free which will take some of the pressure off the Cork rearguard taken by Tompkins to the unmarked Teddy McCarthy. Lining up his pass inside to John O'Driscoll. That goal really was crucial before half-time. It set Cork up, and O'Driscoll adds to it now. That's a goal and a point by the gallant Ballingeary man. And the Cork fans will now think that that's enough. On 6 or 7 occasions previously, Cork managed to put 2 championships back-to-back in Munster, but they've never managed to win the 3. Tom Spillane and Kerry standing in their way. Ambrose O'Donovan to Pat Spillane. Back to O'Donovan. Oh, great goal! That is a brilliant goal by Ambrose O'Donovan. But is it a little bit too late? The Kerry fans begin to wonder. 3 points between them. In the last half minute of the match, I remember as a minor back in '79, Ambrose O'Donovan doing something like this. That was in the Munster final. That was a cracking good shot, and it beats Kearns all ends up. Brilliant goal. We've now played 3 minutes of injury time. It's all over. Cork retain their Munster crown and create their own page in history by winning the Munster Cup for the 3rd year in succession. 3 points the difference in the end. Kerry with a lot of misses. Cork with mastery for most of the game. It ends in Fitzgerald Stadium. Cork a goal and 12 points. Kerry a goal and 9. It was nerve-tingling at the end.
Time was to run out for the Kerry men as Cork achieved that target of 3 in a row, a 27th Munster crown and, of course, a place in the All-Ireland semi-final. It was another hot day in Clonus where once again it was stalemate first time round. The excitement between Donegal and Tyrone was contained in the closing minutes.
Martin Shovlin, how he'd like to get a point like the one he got against Derry. That's dropping in. Mulgrew, it's over the bar. Somehow Skeldon got his body in the way of that shot by Charlie Mulgrew. He got the first point of the match. He's got the latest with exactly 1 minute to go. Put clean through that time as the ball broke down, and watch for brave goalkeeping by Aidan Skelton as Mulgrew is about to make himself a hero. The goalkeeper fingertipped it over. Kieran Corr pushed by Joyce McMullen. The referee signals the free. Corr, who scored 3 points. So it's down to this. Plunkett Donaghy, the team captain, with his side now dependent upon Stephen Conway's kicking ability. It's outside the 45-metre line. What a dramatic way to end the 89th Ulster football final. There will hardly be time for a reply if he gets this one over. It looks on its way. It's stopped, however, by Anthony Malloy. It dropped short. He's released it outside, and the referee saw a push on Anthony Malloy just when Stephen Conway was about to be hailed a hero. 15 seconds into injury time. 10 points for Donegal. 10 points for Tyrone. An engrossing last 10 minutes. Gary Walsh's kick. Possession now vital here. We had the trainer on a couple of times. The referee may on a minute of injury time. Possession with Tyrone, with John McGoldrick trying to bustle his way through. But the referee says you can't do that. It's not within the rules. McHugh will take the free. Well, this time he's in no great hurry. Players are tired, weary, having given their all. Belting it down. Finding with difficulty Leslie McGettigan. Inside to Shovlin. Is there a point for Donegal? Nicely inside to Tommy Ryan. And it's over! Tommy Ryan has scored his very first point of the match. And the Donegal fans are celebrating. Oh, what a famous win it will be. It's a minute in injury time. It's gone over the bar. Play continuing at the other end, I can tell you. Donegal in an attack. Damien O'Hagan. Will that be a free? Yes. John Connor says, I did nothing. The referee says you held him. And it's for Stephen Conway once again, who's missed 3. It's all happening in injury time. Little or no breeze about. Stephen Conway. He was 23 yesterday. Off the crossbar and over. He can celebrate his birthday tonight now. When Michael Greenan signals that it's all over. The ball has been kicked out and the sides live to fight another day.
For Tyrone in the middle of the field, Harry McClure looking for Eugene McKenna, a dangerous one. There's a goal chance here for Eugene McKenna, or a penalty. It's a penalty surely, yes, says the referee Michael Greenan. When it was played through by Harry McClure, that good midfielder, it fell to Eugene McKenna. He was a little lucky, I thought, to have got the ball in the first place, but the Donegal backs had no option really but to take him down. Stephen Conway. Goal! A good goal too by Stephen Scotchy Conway. He's only 23, he's a big man, 6'2", 14 stone, and he was very, very accurate there. Coming up to the 26th minute then. Marcin McHugh, he's got one from play, he's got one from a free. John McGoldrick to Enda Kilpatrick, and it's interesting really that Enda Kilpatrick cleared that ball, because he was free, and the reason he was free was that he was Marcin McHugh's man, and McHugh was taking the long range free, and Donegal will have to correct that surely. Damien O'Hagan in to Eugene McKenna, to Damien O'Hagan, yes, he's finished it. Years of experience telling there. A lesser man might perhaps have been tempted to field that ball as Eugene McKenna sent it across. But Damien O'Hagan, perhaps he remembers how Pat Spillane finished one with the palms of his hands against Tyrone in the final a few years ago. Watch it here. McKenna sends it across. O'Hagan remembered it. Good goal, Tyrone. Michael Gallagher for Donegal to Donal Reid. One man who could lift Donegal. There's a good effort by Donal Reid. Murray is watching the drop. In goes Murray. The Tyrone defence deserves great credit again. They were very alert. And Michael Gallagher puts it badly, badly wide. There's the long drive. Brian Murray was the Donegal danger man hovering. 6'3", in he went. Aidan Skelton was very brave. He smothered it. Sean Donnelly came out with it. Connors and McKenna. McKenna wins it nicely. He's got a man in support. Sean McNally. Rambo Gavigan closes him down. McNally tries for the point. Oh, that's a sweet one by Sean McNally. He's having a terrific game, and I think Donegal may have to make a switch over in that corner. It was very difficult here. Sean McNally, but at least the left foot, he did have room. He swung it nicely, over it went. Donal Reid's free. Low, nicely to Marcin McHugh, to Charlie McGrew. Driving his way through. Brian Murray, there's a goal surely. Another superb save by Aidan Skelton. Well, it's gone over the bar by Tommy Ryan. But what a magnificent save that was by Aidan Skelton. Charlie McGrew did all the hard work, the brilliant work, gave it in to Brian Murray. He too did everything right, but Aidan Skelton covered it brilliantly. And Tommy Ryan put it over. Here's Leslie McGettigan, Marcin McHugh to his right. Leslie McGettigan will try for a goal here. He's put it wide. That just sums up Donegal's challenge this afternoon. Nothing, simply nothing went right for them. Instead, it was the class of Eugene McKenna that stood out, and also that of Kevin McCabe when he was introduced as a sub. And there it is, it's all over. A great win for Tyrone. They're Ulster champions again. Plunket Donaghy, the captain. They distinguished themselves with a splendid performance in the All-Ireland final a few years ago against Kerry. Their supporters then cheered them to the echo. All that time, however, all they wanted was a return journey to Croke Park. They've got that now, and how well they deserve it.
Tyrone then waiting for the outcome of the Connacht final to provide their semi-final opposition. Well, yet again, we were in for a replay. The scores were level 8 times in Castlebar, and once more the excitement was to come in the closing stages. We see it now with Roscommon a point ahead.
John Finn underneath it, broken away, comes to TJ Kilgallen. TJ will go down on it once again. This is Micheál Collins. Mayo going backwards as they're under pressure from an eager and determined Roscommon side. This is Michael Fitzmaurice. Good decision by the referee to allow advantage, given to Frank Moon. As Mayo now give it to Martin Carney. The experienced man is held over there, and a free to Mayo. So Kevin McStay with a point already to his credit. Will he be satisfied to put this one over the bar? And level matters in McHale Park. He drops one in, it curls out to this side. Underneath it is Jimmy Burke to TJ Kilgallen. He looks and he puts it beautifully over the bar. The sides are level.
Donald Brady towards Paul Early. Roscommon looking for an equalising score. And the referee is going in, and I wonder what the signal is. Could it be a penalty? I think it is. It's a penalty. Now watch Paul Early going in. Was he held as that ball came across? Peter Ford jumping with Early. Was there a little nudge? The fullback was there first. I didn't really see anything. Perhaps he was held there, yes. Tony McManus is going to be the taker of the penalty. Slotting it away with consummate ease. Roscommon take the lead once again. A well-struck free, hit with ease and fluency, and inside Gabriel Irwin's far post. Taken by Liam McHale. Ball inside to Ray Dempsey with Matthew Riley. Still Dempsey, the 19-year-old. Frank Noonan in advanced spot right on the end line. Durkin, brilliant goal! Oh, a super goal by Noel Durkin. Just 4 minutes after the Roscommon penalty goal. Dempsey fed it inside to Frank Noon. Look where the number 5 was. Lovely flick back. And watch for Durkin coming in at around 50 miles an hour. And a crashing drive to the back of the net. Roscommon know what they have to do. In whatever time the referee allows to continue, they've got to get a goal. Des Newton. John Newton, his brother. It's on perhaps for Martin and for Early. Tony McManus pulled down a penalty, surely. The referee's gone in, but he hasn't blown the whistle. I thought that was a penalty, I must say. Junior McManus, it's a free. Well, the referee is really going to be at the centre of the action once again. I must say I thought that was a penalty. Just like last weekend, the referee gave a penalty earlier on. What's the outcome? It is a penalty! What a dramatic finale now we've got! This was the incident. A lovely build-up with Paul Early involved. Spotting, slack marking. And Tony McManus, I have no hesitation, that was a penalty. So now, a minute into injury time. Mayo won 11, the Connacht champions. Roscommon won 9. Tony McManus, can he win this one for Roscommon? He's put it away! A second penalty goal by Tony McManus, 2 minutes into injury time, and the Roscommon fans can scarcely believe it. That was dispatched with ease beyond Gabriel Irwin. It's 2-9 to 1-11. So now it's up to Mayo to respond, needing a score, and the referee's whistle is sounded as Micheál Collins rattles the back of the net, but there's no advantage allowed. Mayo, who trail by a point, have themselves a free, and I think it would be no more than they deserve were they to at least get a draw from this and take the match into extra time. This was the incident. The referee had blown the whistle, I can tell you, before Micheál Collins had burst forward to crash it in. So now the onus of responsibility is at the other end on Michael Fitzmaurice, and the whole of Roscommon practically on the goal line, dancing up and down. Fitzmaurice, and that's the equaliser. and the referee blows the whistle, and the match goes to a half an hour of extra time. Run forward by Brian Kilkelly. Can he make a difference? Into Willie Joe Padden. Finnerty. It's a goal by Anthony Finnerty. Just what Mayo required. Kilkelly supplied the ammunition. Padden was there as well. It broke to Finnerty. He was being held, but he persisted, and that persistence paid off. And now Mayo have something to cheer about. The sides level again. Brian Kilkelly ambitiously down to Finnerty, who can finish it off now here. This is McHale. That's Jimmy Burke. Oh, he's missed it. And it somehow goes over the goal. It's almost been the story of the afternoon. Mayo stumbling, stuttering, but somehow, with Jimmy Burke's rugged persistence, Mayo get themselves a third goal for the afternoon. Fetched beautifully by Finnerty, added to McHale. Roscommon were weary and tired at the back. Burke was going in, advancing, and finally it somehow cracked over the line. And Mayo have retained the title. It may have taken a replay and extra time to do so, but it's the first time in 38 years that a Mayo side has retained the cup. Final score, Mayo 3-14, Roscommon 2-13.
Mayo through to meet Tyrone after their extended passage out of Connacht. Just one provincial decider left then, and a mouth-watering prospect for the Dublin fans newly reinstated on the hill. Could they beat the champions Meath?
O'Malley's free kick to Jerry McEntee. McEntee looks for Bernard Flynn. Flynn beats Sinnott. Makes the space. Feeds Colin O'Rourke. Here's a chance for Meath. Good point. Good football by a good footballer. Duff with Ferguson. Duff pushed in the back and got away with it. Oh, great goal! Kieran Duff. A magic goal by a great footballer. Duff making the incision, leaving Terry Ferguson in his wake. Nobody came to challenge him early enough. Duff went through. What about that for finish, huh? Keith Barr again. Hard challenge from Coyle. And Coyle went right across him as he made the clearance. Here's Joe McNally with Liam Harnan. Two big strong men. Barney Rock. That's typical Barney. If you want to score under pressure, there's few better men in Gaelic football. Terry Ferguson. Mick Kennedy with Colin O'Rourke. Their clash could be vital today. Tommy Carr. Ferguson read it well and early. Good outball there by Terry Ferguson to Kevin Foley. Looking for Bernard Flynn. Oh, great piece of fielding by Flynn. Here's Meath in with a chance. There was a goal for the taking there for Bernard Flynn, but he won't be too unhappy with a point. Great piece of catching by Bernard Flynn. This is Martin O'Connell for Meath. PJ Gillick. Unmarked Bernard Flynn, chance of a score. And Bernard Flynn obliges, and Meath and Dublin are level. Good jumping. Here is Tommy Carr. Joe McNally. Joe McNally in the path of Barney Rock. Dublin score on. And Barney obliges. Brian Stafford shapes up to his 4th point of the match. No sooner said than done. (1-5) to 7 points. Still Dublin, that 1 point ahead. They've got the wind, the Dubs, in the second half to come. And the second half will be the next action you'll see as they go in at half-time. Dublin, 1 goal and 5 points. The goal scored by Kieran Duff, who wasn't scheduled to play. Meath, 7 points. This is a bit like the All-Ireland champions in action now. Coyle to Stafford. Stafford looking for an opening. There are not too many of them. Here's Liam Hayes. And well fielded in there by Keith Barr. And across him came Callum Coyle. Callum Coyle has been brought to the referee, and I should imagine he'll now have an early shower. Jerry McEntee trying to intervene, and if the referee looks, he'll find the name of Callum Coyle there already, and that's it, he's off. Now it's really put up to the All-Ireland champions, but remember, in the past 2 important matches, they won with 14 men. Can they do it again? Meath are now the masters of the man-short game. And it's put up to fellas like Jerry McEntee, who was sent off in the All-Ireland final to leave them short last year, to lift them today. There's just a point between these two so evenly matched teams. Here's Joe Castles, the great veteran of Meath football, to Bernard Flynn. It's over the top, and it's level at Croke Park. Bernard Flynn's 3rd point of the game. A beauty. Tommy Carr. Kieran Duff. Terry Ferguson got the better of him again there. Now it's Keith Barr. Good play by the Dublin right half back. Meath are under trouble at the moment unless they can halt this. Cork Lyons goes for the foul. Vinnie Murphy goes for the point. Both men succeed, but the referee has played advantage, and Vinnie Murphy has put Dublin further in front. Are Meath about to lose the Leinster crown? 9 minutes to go. It's a long one, this, for Stafford. 48 metres from the Dublin goal. John O'Leary comes to play it. Hard battling stuff it really is. And Liam Hayes trying to get through. Meath looking for something. In goes Matty McCabe! Super sub McCabe. But when Meath are looking back on this, they'll thank the big man Liam Hayes, who battled like an all-black forward. Look at the work that Hayes did. He was going to hold on for dear life, and McCabe with the finish. Meath, incredibly, again with a man short, are leading by a point. There's a man who loves the Royal County. Rivals, there's number 18, Declan Bolger, getting ready to show his paces. He's not fully fit, but he might have a few minutes in him. Drops to Vinnie Murphy. That's a brilliant goal by Murphy. That's a goal of quality on the outside of his right foot. From other avenues to goal looked to be shut off from. The youngster from Trinity Gales came good. It was Barney Rock's free kick. Murphy, look at that for finish. Brilliant. Unsighted keeper. Dublin go for the clincher. Galvin. His first score, but what an important one. (2:10 to 1:10). From suddenly Meath in front, it's Dublin a goal to the good. But here's a man who inspired Meath when they were down before, the mighty Hayes from screen. Oh, it was a brilliant goal by Vinnie Murphy for Dublin. Jerry Horgan gets a claw to it. McKennedy, Kennedy to Carr. Up to Joe McNally. McNally goes for a score and gets it. What a score by Joe McNally, his first of the game, but he won't mind waiting until 3 minutes from the end to get it. It puts his county 4 points to the good. And surely now, Meath have said goodbye to Sam. And it's all over. Meath went out as they came in like champions, but for once, they couldn't survive a man short. The Dubs are back.
Back with a vengeance, heading for a semi-final against Cork. And that's the stage we've reached, the second Sunday in August and the opening semi-final between Mayo and Tyrone. Could Mayo make it back to the big time after a 38-year lapse?
Irwin's kick out, an interesting one, because Maher made a run. It was a low enough kick out, but well read by Maher. That's Sean Donnelly, brilliant defending ahead of Finnerty. Plunkett, Donaghy. This is Don McGoldrick once again, the player who played in that last pass intended for Kieran Corr. This time, Eugene McKenna breaking it down to Damien O'Hagan. Oh, good save! Not out of danger yet, McCabe. Off balance to Conway. So a second attack by Tyrone in this one movement. Can it finally yield a score? McCabe under it. They're going the long way around if it finally comes off, and that's Micheál Collins. First chance to shine in the semi-final. Outside to Noel Durkin of Mayo. Over his head to Dermot Flanagan. Good understanding, and they get themselves out of danger. The referee deciding to give them an advantage as well. That's Kieran Corr, and that finally is going to be a Mayo free. But that could so easily have been a Tyrone goal. The goalkeeper was perfectly positioned, and it's McHale who takes it away from that dangerous situation. This is Durkin. Finnerty. Durkin once again. Looking around, good alert play, and McHale as always supporting. Kieran McGarvey judging it to a T. A player who made his debut in the Tyrone colours, would you believe, 14 years ago against Mayo. Don Finn off balance. Nice little flick on by Scotchy Conway to Corr. McKenna, O'Hagan having difficulty taking it out. The shot by Damien O'Hagan is flawless, and a second Tyrone point. 3 points to 2. Mayo the leaders.
By half-time, Tyrone had leapfrogged over the Connacht champions with 2 frees from Stephen Conway. They're a point ahead as we rejoin it.
This is Micheál Collins. Played much of his football at inter-county level at full-back. Durkin, hopefully inside towards Finnerty. Good catch by Anthony Finnerty. Trying to wrestle that ball free, and he's won a free in. And this can tie up the scores now. 3 minutes into the second half. Michael Fitzmaurice with 1 pointed free so far. That in the first half. This in the second half, and it's 4 points apiece. Mayo fans getting something to cheer about as Fitzmaurice taps that one over, the easiest of frees. That's Finn. The hopeful kick forward, not exactly looking for his target. That's Plunkett Donaghy. O'Hagan. Sean Maher making life difficult. That's John McGoldrick. Pursued all the way by Durkin. Stifling and harassing at all times. This is Willie Joe Padden. The support outside. Plunkett Donaghy went back and pulled his opponent, and that's going to be a free in for Mayo. And Sean Maher there with the clenched fists rallying the forces at midfield. This can put Mayo ahead. The second free of the second half, pointed at that, 3 in all, and it's 5 points to 4. So Mayo snatching back the lead once again thanks to Fitzmaurice's accuracy. Eugene McKenna doing well against 2 Mayo defenders, but nice skill. He's engineered a free and a point scoring situation for Stephen Conway, and this can tie up the scores. Conway with 3 points from frees. Fitzmaurice with 3 from frees. Conway steals ahead in the scoreline in the individual battle. But in the team battle, it's 6 points each. All his 4 points coming from frees. And the fans across on that far side enjoying the semi-final now. So let's see what develops as Noel Durkin plays it down towards Sean Maher. Enda Kilpatrick. Mallon's back there. Harry McClure trying to get under the dropping ball there with Noel Durkin. And the linesman on the far side, Jimmy Roach, signalling that it's going to be a Tyrone goal. Joey Mallon there, John Lynch in the background, Noel McGinn as well, part of a strong Tyrone backroom team. This is Cork having switched wings. Kieran Corr advancing. Peter Ford doing well, but only as far as O'Hagan. Off the post, back again. It's a goal! A goal by Eugene McKenna. And Eugene McKenna is the one who has broken the deadlock for Tyrone at a vital time, 13 minutes into the second half. Tyrone fans rejoicing. This attack by Kieran Corr was fed inside to Eugene McKenna. Watch as the ball came back off the post, and McKenna was there to apply the finish. Tyrone in the ascendancy just now. That's McClure from O'Hagan's pass. Once again fisting it in to Kieran Corr, who was up on his feet rather quickly. Gabriel Irwin kicking the ball to the centre of the field to the onward waiting Liam McHale. McHale once again in full flight, soloing forward. Durkin looking for a whole high challenge, pops a high one that time. Was it a fair shoulder to shoulder? The referee says no, indicting the number 7 there, Joey Mallon. No name taken. The referee did not see it as dangerous play, clearly. An unfair challenge, however, seems to be the outcome. Watch you once again. Durkin going in there, woo, high on Joey Mallon. Not exactly a day for the purists where the football's concerned. Some good skill nonetheless, it must be said, but laced with tension and an All-Ireland final place at stake. Fitzmaurice can cut the leeway back to just a solitary point here. He's done that. That's Mayo's 8 points. 5 of those points coming from Fitzmaurice. But looking through the rest of the spread of the scores, none of the other forwards have scored so far. In fact, Mayo have not scored a point from play from among their forwards. The name of the game at this stage would be survival and not making critical mistakes. McStay into the path of Noel Durkin. Trying to go round John McGoldrick. A lazily struck pass outside. That seems to be Dermot Flanagan. No, it's not. It's Kilkelly. And it's gone over the bar. It's Brian Kilkelly who puts Mayo into a 1-point lead. His first point of the match. 10 points to 1-6. That's 10 points to 9. What a vital point that would be. Here's McStay. Steadying himself. Oh, doing well. From the tightest of angles, not leaving too much margin for error, but Kevin McStay has got his first point of the afternoon. The forwards beginning to shine. It comes to Liam McHale. He'll hold it up now, about 50 metres out from his own goal, belting it down towards Jimmy Burke. Hasn't been too much in the action, but if he can hold it up now, that'll be enough. This is Fitzmaurice. There's players in support. Fitzmaurice going it alone. His confidence high, and he's put it over the bar. 6 points for Michael Fitzmaurice. That's the first from play. He's a real hero now, with 3 points between the teams. The trainer was on, but it's now at the discretion of the referee, Seamus Aldrich. Tyrone know what they must do. Score a goal, probably from this attack. This is John Finn going across to cover any would-be gaps. Taking it around Kieran Corr. It's all over! A red letter day from Mayo, or better still, a red and green letter day as the Connacht champions defeat Tyrone and reach their first All-Ireland final for 38 years. The final scoreline as the fans come in to salute the Mayo heroes on a day of history was Mayo 12 points, Tyrone 1-6. Strength, mobility, talent in key positions contributed to that scoreline there, plus an enormous amount of will to win.
Mayo then to sit back and wait a week to see who they were to meet in the final. Would it be Dublin, or were the Munster Champions Cork to make it a third successive final?
Every indication it's going to be tight in this match. palpable and gripping tension before this match, certainly a heady atmosphere as well. Barry Coffey's kick, good deep one as well. Teddy McCarthy in there roaming. John O'Leary making a good clearance to Kieran Duff. Dully as they call him, towards Vinnie Murphy. Right around Conor Coonahan, linking up again with Kieran Duff. This about 60 metres out from the Cork goal, in towards Joe McNally. Good catch from Joe McNally. Good distribution as well to Paul Clark. Looking for the opening score. That's on its way. Paul Clark has given Dublin a 1-point lead, thanks to some splendid support work there, involving Kieran Duff and Joe McNally. Paul McGrath waits as Barney Rock takes this sideline kick. McGalvin giving him the return. The outside of the boot blocked down, however, by Larry Tompkins. And a third sideline ball inside a minute for Dublin. It's a rearguard action by Cork at the moment, very much under the collar of this Dublin attack. Carr has started well. Good centre. Oh, Vinnie Murphy! It's a goal for Dublin! A goal for Dublin after 11 minutes of the first half. Vinnie Murphy the scorer. And at least one Cork defender will wonder, if the day had been drier, whether they would have cut out that one. Coming from the sideline ball from Barney Rock. Watch as the ball was slipped through the hands that time of Barry Coffey, and Murphy just needed that much. Dublin mount the attack yet again in front of the crowds of Hill 16. Slocum going back, defusing that situation to Coonahan. Dublin absolutely taking this fight to Cork in the opening 10 minutes. Murphy again, confidence high, an exquisite kick, and that's over. A goal and a point inside about a minute and a half for Vinnie Murphy. The 19-year-old makes it a goal and 3 for Dublin. Cork yet to score. Tommy Carr. That's Curran. Belting it into space. Kieran Duff trying to get inside. Galvin likewise, and it's Davis who fists away at the expense of the game's first 45. An enterprising kick into space could have caused a lot of trouble. Kieran Duff expecting it, Galvin there too, and Davis did exceedingly well. Dublin, remember, playing with the wind in the first half and rain-soaked Croke Park. So a 45. Floated in well. Dublin doing everything nicely. Barney Rock's second pointed free, that from a 45, and they're doing all the scoring. A good kick out by John Kearns this time. High in the air, however. Dublin grouping well, and that's Vinnie Murphy. The ball touched on the ground. Tony Davis now coming away from the corner back position. That's Deegan to keep the pressure on the Cork defence. Deep ball down towards Joe McNally, fisted away by Stephen O'Brien. Out as far as Shea Fahy, his clubmate at Nemo Rangers. Deep into space towards Dave Barry, trying to get some change from Tommy Carr. That greasy ball slipping away from his fingers. Barr says, I hit it with my shoulder fairly, referee, and the referee didn't see it as a fair shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Billy Morgan was out on his feet for a moment there. Back in the dugout now. Murphy now being marked by Tony Davis. Over the head of Paul McGrath. Teddy McCarthy trying to get there ahead of Eamon Heary, and the referee saw a push into the back of the Cork number 10 by Eamon Heary, and it's going to be a free in for Cork, and they should register their first score here. Larry Tompkins is going to be the free taker. Larry has kicked 14 points in the championship so far. Cork's first point, thanks to Larry Tompkins from the free situation, 13 metres out. So 1-4 to 1 point. So the fans now up on the canal end will breathe a sigh of relief that their side is off the mark finally. Trying to set up another Cork score. Paul Curran very much on a roving commission, the marking. Dennis Allen having to really chase after that one. Not such a well-directed pass. Trying to keep it on the ground ahead of Jerry Horgan, and the sideline ball. And John Cleary there feeling his arm, following a challenge there with Mick Deegan. Tompkins once again the taker, and I know there are Cork people who prefer somebody else to take these sideline balls and have Larry inside to challenge for them. Perhaps he can find the range on this occasion. Teddy McCarthy under it, so too is John O'Driscoll, and it doesn't count, it's a penalty. The referee is giving a penalty to Cork, the goal doesn't count. John O'Driscoll buried it in the back of the net, and it all came from that sideline ball from Larry Tompkins. The referee in there spotting a foul. So a dramatic moment in the first half. 21 minutes gone. O'Leary faces John Cleary from the penalty. Expertly put away. There was a confidence and authority in the way he struck that penalty. Cork right back in the match. The fans delighted up on the canal end. His technique from the penalty depending on an expertly placed shot, and Cleary's an expert. Curran letting it drop down. Here he's in there as well with Dennis Allen. Allen now trying to set up an attack for the Cork forwards. Dave Barry towards John O'Driscoll. Nothing quite going right. Their method not on song at the moment. Teddy McCarthy had made a good run forward into a full forward position, but the ball just didn't reach him. That's Dave Foran down towards Mick Galvin. The greater directness is coming from Dublin, and that's Paul Clark ankle tapping John Cleary. The referee allowed an advantage. It reaches Teddy McCarthy inside the 45-metre line. Dave Barry here on the right boot, and John O'Leary lets it bounce. Oh, this could be serious. Paul McGrath. Oh, an amazing incident. It's a penalty. It's another penalty. John O'Leary was letting that ball go out over the end line. The ball bounced off his knee as the breeze held it up. It came back to the forward, Paul McGrath, and the referee says when he was held, that's a penalty. So a second penalty for Cork, and this can put the sides level, and John Cleary will be the taker once again. Well, John O'Leary will have nightmares, I'm sure, after that particular one. Cleary being told just to hold up a second, and referee Mickey Kearns warns everybody to remain outside the 20-metre line until the ball has been hit. Cleary, who scored the first penalty. This one, with 31 minutes gone in the first half, can tie up the scores. He's scored! Exactly 10 minutes after the last penalty, John Cleary levels up the match. Dublin 1-4, Cork 2-1. The two goals coming from the penalty. And once again, the pressure on Cleary. It went the same direction, the same way, roof of the net on this occasion. Cleary's second goal. Tommy Carr giving the supply of the ball down towards Joe McNally. He fists it in, lovely into Vinnie Murphy. High shoulder, was it a fair one? The referee says play on. The Dublin fans didn't agree it was shoulder to shoulder. Barry Coffey was the one who made the shoulder on Vinnie Murphy. Here's Heary, trying to go around Dennis Allen, shoulder once again. And the referee says fouled on this occasion, and oh, Keith Barr comes in to settle a goal score, it seems, on Dennis Allen. And the referee now will have to sort out this particular incident. Keith Barr losing the head completely. Floored a little while ago, obviously by Dennis Allen, because he was the one who was booked, and is he sent off? That would seem to be the message from Mickey Kearns. Keith Barr would seem to have got the line. And Dublin, I think, are down to 14 players. Yes, Barr has gone for that retaliatory foul there on Dennis Allen on the 35th minute, practically the call of half-time. It turned a little rough in the last 10 minutes. Cork drawn right back into the game thanks to two penalties by John Cleary, but Dublin reduced to 14 men after Keith Barr had been sent off in the 35th minute of the first half. Half-time score, Cork 2-2, Dublin 1-4, Cork ahead by a point. O'Leary's kick to the centre, and it's down from Larry Tompkins as far as Paul Clark, who's certainly given his all, towards Joe McNally, takes it down beautifully, he's got support inside, Duff is calling for it, still McNally, agonisingly wide of the target. A glorious second half chance, produces a 45, but it might so well have produced a Dublin goal. It was a super catch by McNally inside a ruck of players. It also included Vinnie Murphy, getting there ahead of Davis and Kerrigan. And watch as that ball went wide, thanks to the goalkeeper's fine save. Kearns then really producing the best piece of goalkeeping in the match so far. A 45, Barney Rock poised to take it. 4 points the margin, Dublin trailing. 7.5 minutes left. And that's one back. Barney's 5th point. And Anto McCall is getting ready to come into the action for Dublin as Barney Rock makes it 2-8 to 1-8. This is Coonahan. Here he's under it. Dublin now ready for a grandstand challenge. They want to stay in the championship. They believe they can. 14 men as they've played with 14 right throughout the second half. It's Clark once again. He was given the free outside the 45-metre line. And it's Kieran Duff still to score in the match. Kearns, who produced a great save, and the upright, which saved Cork just a few minutes ago. Dublin now pressing home, playing with heart and determination. It's Paul Clark with accuracy, and there's now just 2 points between the teams thanks to Paul Clark, his second point. So one wonders now, will history repeat itself? Against 14 men last year, the final, as you well know, did not go Cork's way. Against 14 men in the semi-final, these Dublin fans will not see their team go down. 5 minutes to go in an engrossing semi-final. It's Tompkins. Conroy challenges. O'Driscoll's unmarked. And he punishes the error. A point by John O'Driscoll. That's his first point. Each and every one of the Cork forwards has now scored. 25 seconds remaining on my watch. Larry Tompkins with 2 points to his credit. Curls it. And that's another beauty. That surely now will seal Cork's victory. The Dublin fans beginning to leave their seats now in the Hogan stand, disappointed no doubt. Vinnie Murphy. And a Cork ball. The game now well into time added on for injuries. Billy Morgan with a word there in the ear of Larry Tompkins. Driven deep, and it's Cork for the final in 4 weeks' time, cheered on by the Cork subs and by their fans now getting ready to invade Croke Park. They overcome the challenge presented by Dublin. Dublin, who were reduced to 14 men when Keith Barr was sent off on the call of half-time, and it's Cork who win in the end by 4 points. The final score, which the Cork fans will rejoice in, was Cork 2-10, Dublin 1-9.
Cork a step away from salving the wounds of the previous 2 years. Would it be third time lucky, or could Mayo reawaken the glory years of the early 50s? September the 17th was to tell all. Cork against Mayo in the All-Ireland football final.
The 15 lads who will start the action there be photographed. Jimmy Brown from Ballina, the honour of leading the Connacht Champions in their quest for glory this afternoon. Noel Durkin there with Greg Maher. And as you'll gather, that huge and highly partisan ovation that the Mayo fans gave their team, something we'll remember. But now, it's the turn of Cork. Dennis Allen at the head of a hungry side, hungry for glory, following the reversal at the hands of Meath in the last 2 years. Huge support for Cork. Let's take a final look then at the starting lineups. Cork to begin with, Cork omitting John O'Driscoll. recalling Niall Cahalane to the full-back line, moving Tony Davis to wing-back and switching Barry Coffey to left-half forward. Mayo also making their one change as they go into the huddle for final words of guidance. One change since the semi-final for them. This is the alteration. Greg Maher winning a place in the first 15. He's at number 10 with his older brother Sean in midfield, alongside the impressive and high-fielding Liam McHale. The throw-in and the 101st All-Ireland Footballers final is underway. Teddy McCarthy straight away up to Dennis Allen. Receives the return, knifes his way through. Good pace. Knocks it outside to Barry Coffey. Well blocked down by Micheál Collins of Mayo. But good second phase play, however, by John Cleary. Alert to the possibilities, to Paul McGrath. Pushed, it seemed, by Dermot Flanagan, and he was near the sideline, and the referee has signalled that it was a push. It's a free into Cork, a push by Dermot Flanagan. Larry Tompkins, first opportunity to belt this one in, 22 points in his 3 All-Ireland finals so far, including last year's draw, in which he scored 8. Cork are in front. Tompkins giving Cork a 1-point lead. Again, the kick out intended for Willie Joe Padden. He gets it, getting there ahead of Conor Coonahan. So vital to Mayo's hopes. This is Jimmy Burke. A low one inside, and Kearns nurses it all the way, as Liam McHale was the last one up there with the forwards. Willie Joe Padden, centre half forward. Kearns kick, intended for Barry Coffey, picked up by Tony Davis. Getting the return. Greg Maher back there, putting in a defence. Dennis Allen to Larry Tompkins, and a 3rd point. Tompkins, Cork scorer of all 3 points so far. He's starting in very convincing fashion indeed. TJ Kilgallen, his marker, has the left leg strapped, as we noticed in the parade, and I wonder if it's going to hamper his mobility somewhat. Here's Dave Barry, trying to go around John Finn, looking for support, holding it up. A little flick across to John Cleary, getting there, nice sidestep. Good turn of the hips, an incisive run. And John Cleary has scored. Cork have opened up a 4-point lead, and there are only 8.5 minutes gone in this All-Ireland football final. Mayo still to score then, Liam McKay. Off balance. Linesman has the flag raised over there, that's Joe Woods. Micheál Collins. Willie Joe Padden, superb! Now can they finish? Under pressure. Oh, that's a mighty one from Willie Joe Padden, and Mayo are off the mark. The second fine catch he's made in the match, and it finally produces a score for Mayo. Very much a solo effort. This was the catch, superbly taken down. Now look at the number of players around him, 3, and he still managed to get in a kick and slot it over the crossbar. Oh, Dermot Flanagan has put his defence in trouble with a backward sideline ball, and Paul McGrath, his man, with possession. Back to Teddy McCarthy outside the 20-metre line, dodging inside, and the error is penalised because it comes off the post, but Cork's luck would seem to be in where the upright's concerned. It's gone over. Teddy's first point, Cork's 5th. Irwin picking up the totally unmarked Greg Maher. Greg playing in his 2nd championship match. Jimmy Brown. Again it's Brown. Good run forward, and there's support from TJ Kilgallen. Again he opts to carry. Chipping it forward to Willie Joe Padden, drifting away to the right. Coonahan follows, trying to cut inside, left-footed inside towards Kevin McStay. McStay and Cahalane. Kevin McStay, and yes, a point. A A point for Kevin McStay, and that will do his confidence an awful lot of good. It also boosts the prospects for a really good match. Certainly the opening 18 minutes has been very enjoyable football, and this is Slocum. Trying to dodge around Sean Maher. Still Slocum, their club mates as of the last couple of weeks. Barry Coffey, good catch. Trying to find up John Cleary, links up well. Tompkins getting around John Finn's challenge, and it's over the bar. Larry Tompkins has kicked his 4th point. So a wonderful piece of scoring by Larry Tompkins. 3 points the margin, and that's the amount of time there in the top right-hand corner of the screens, the time left in the first half. Cork made the more impressive start, but Mayo have clawed their way back into this fixture, and it's turning out to be an invigorating All-Ireland football final. Coonahan into space to Dennis Allen, towards Paul McGrath, 20 metres out, beating Flanagan to it. It drops down, and it's over. The first point of the match for Paul McGrath, edging Cork into a 2-point lead with that amount of time remaining in the first half. Gabriel Irwin's kick out, not such a well-struck one. Dave Barry picking it up. Good menacing run by Dave Barry. The outside of the boot again, and it curls in, and that's gone over as well. His first point. 4 of the 6 forwards now for Cork have scored in this match. 3 of the Mayo forwards have scored. And now it's with Dermot Flanagan into the stride of Willie Joe Patton. Saw that his immediate colleague forward was marked, but this is Finnerty. A player who wants to show his pace, prove himself as well. And it comes off Conor Coonahan for another 45. A good piece of defending following a good burst forward by Anthony Finnerty. So Finnerty remains down there, and we're now into injury time for the injuries to some of the players in the first half, but Jimmy Burke in particular forced off. So Michael Fitzmaurice with the game well into injury time, 1.5 minutes on my watch, having elapsed so far. 2 points the difference, 9 points to 7. Cork the leaders. Will he opt to drop it in? He'll realise that there isn't too much time left in the first half. He's gone for a point, and he's got it! A fine kick from Michael Fitzmaurice, his 5th of the match. They've all come from frees, they've all been critical. He's the game's leading scorer, and now it's so delicately poised, very near to half-time. The people who said it was going to be an easy win for Cork, forget all about it. Mayo meant business. Mayo bidding to win the title for the first time in 38 years. It's 16 years since Cork last won it, 1973. Willie Joe Patton back there, but it's Dave Barry getting the break of the ball outside the Mayo 45-metre line. Paul McGrath's in there, ahead of Dermot Flanagan. On his left, and it's over the bar. Lovely style, clinical finishing from Paul McGrath, his 2nd point. Cork opening up a 2-point advantage once more. That kick coming 3 minutes into injury time at the end of the first half. Greg Maher, once again, high fielding. Micheál Collins rather. It's Liam McHale. Liam McHale still following up over there, but the ball held up, and it's Slocum who gets the boot to it. A sideline ball to Mayo. And still the referee allowing time for the injury there, and in particular to Jimmy Burke. Kerrigan waiting inside, marking Liam McHale as Fitzmaurice takes the sideline kick. Another well-directed one across towards the tall men, and it's Finnerty who gets it. McHale holding it up inside towards Micheál Collins, but really it was a giveaway of possession, and the referee says let's have the ball in any case. The final piece of action at the end of what has been a very good first half. The fans, 68,000 at Croke Park, thoroughly enjoying it. Cork the leaders by 2 points. Half-time score, Cork 10 points, Mayo 8. Confirmation of the score at the start of this second half. Sean Maher feeding it forward towards his brother Greg. Drops into the waiting arms, however, of Stephen O'Brien outside towards Tony Davis. Left-footed forward towards John Cleary. Can't quite hold on to it. It's Willie Joe Padden. Up towards Anthony Finnerty. It breaks down into the waiting arms again of Stephen O'Brien. Held as he was trying to make that move out of defence. Kerrigan swiftly forward. Shea Fahy. Dave Barry over there challenging with John Finn. It runs on towards Paul McGrath. McGrath with 2 fine points in the first half. Left-footed inside towards John Cleary. Back to Dave Barry. And wide of the target. Gabriel Irwin appearing in his 4th championship match, taking the kick out. Willie Joe Padden, one-handed, magnificent. He held on to it superbly. And the referee, seeing that there was a push there on Willie Joe Padden. TJ Kilgallen, meanwhile, kicked into space. Teddy McCarthy trying to read it, but it's Liam McHale getting there first. Inside towards Anthony Finnerty. And it's Noel Durkin. This is Finnerty. That's a goal! Mayo go in front for the first time in the match. A goal by Anthony Finnerty with their first attack of the second half. The Mayo fans perhaps scenting a victory. This is the move, and Noel Durkin was instrumental in getting there ahead of Jimmy Kerrigan and Vic Slocum. The release outside, and that was a super finish by Anthony Finnerty, his 3rd goal in the championship. Teddy McCarthy trying out to come into this match a little bit more, and it's Conor Coonahan. Into space nicely to Dave Barry. Remember, a point between the teams. Dave Barry, and it's the equaliser from Dave Barry with his third point of the match. First of the second half, sides level. And John O'Mahony there, the team manager, who's done so well to take his side to this All-Ireland final, out on the edge there with some words of guidance for his midfielders. Cork, I can tell you, are getting ready to make a substitution on the far side. John O'Driscoll will be coming in very soon. It's an hour of peril for Cork right now. Paul McGrath swinging it across to John Cleary. Sides tied up. Cleary trying to put Cork back in front again. Recovering from an awkward angle. He's put it over the bar. His 2nd point. And Cork are now back in front as they were at half-time. They were behind for just 5 minutes. This is the pickup again by John Cleary, 13 metres out, and Jimmy Brown was just unable to get tight enough on the Castlehaven man to prevent him swinging over the point. Oh, a poor kick out by Gabriel Irwin. It led to a point in the first half. This time Mayo recover. Dermot Flanagan out to John Finn. Mayo will want to see him involved in the action a bit more. A slack clearance comes straight to Teddy McCarthy, alive and alert at all times. Down into the path there of John Cleary, pursued all the way by Jimmy Brown. The Mayo captain bidding to prevent Cork advancing. It's McCarthy again who initiated that move. Well stopped, however, by Gabriel Irwin. Neither goalkeeper severely tested other than that goal that Mayo scored 4 minutes into the second half. Durkin into Anthony Finnerty, who took his eye off it, and that will favour Cork. So it's Davis finding Tompkins, still on the 40. Outside to John O'Driscoll. First chance to impress John O'Driscoll. This is John Cleary. Challenged over there, and he holds the ball too long, and it's going to be a free out for Mayo. Noel Durkin, the one who invited the Cork man into the holding error. Liam McHale, that's fisted away from McHale by Conor Coonahan. Reaches Michael Slocum. Jimmy Brown reading it perfectly. Trying to go round Paul McGrath. There's Flanagan into space again. It's that lazy style of McHale. He can be a big influence yet before the conclusion of this match. And a sliding challenge which the referee didn't appreciate. It's going to be a free for Cork. So as they move back in towards defence, Micheál Collins marking Shea Fahy. Quickly taken by Teddy McCarthy, finding Larry Tompkins. Trying to get some space. Willie Joe Padden. McCarthy once again, it runs loose to John Cleary. And that's gone over the bar. An exemplary finish there by John Cleary, his third point of the match. And there's now a 2-point gap again between the sides. And that's more or less as it was at half-time. Some holding by Larry Tompkins into the back that time, I think, of Willie Joe Padden. Micheál Collins takes the free quickly. Liam McHale in a good run. A good move forward. Now can he finish? Yes, he can. McHale, his first point of the afternoon. And a point now, the margin once again. Mayo fans up there, really now overjoyed by the level of their team's performance. 3-1 outsiders, the bookmakers had them. They believe they were supporting a good team, and it's Willie Joe Padden here who could well inspire them yet. Greg Maher pushed to the ground, but given an advantage. Stephen O'Brien, his marker. Noel Durkin, 45 metres out. Full of intent, finding McHale. There's a player loose inside, that's Finnerty, and a brilliant interception that comes to Sean Maher. Looking for a second goal, blocked down brilliantly by a hard-pressed Cork defence right now. And the ball was scooped on the ground by one of the Cork backs, and it's going to be a free in for Mayo, and they can hit the front once again. Another well-struck one, and it's over the bar by Fitzmaurice. His 7th gives Mayo the lead once again. Liam McHale blocks it down, the Cork defence freezes, it's Durkin who comes in, players to aim at, Finnerty is one of them, the driving shot, oh, it's gone screaming across the face of the goal. Well, if Mayo eventually lose this match by a point or two, that might be the moment they'll look back to. Slocum taking back that free, which wasn't all that well hit in the first place. Tompkins was calling for it, so was Dennis Allen. Allen with possession, can he give the leadership? He lays it off. Inside, and it's gone over the bar. It's a point by Paul McGrath. McGrath's third. So the sides are level once again. So the game very much there for the taking. A compelling championship clash. Micheál Collins there, connecting with Teddy McCarthy. Willie Joe Padden going back into the Mayo defence. This is a moment that really is going to test the mettle of both these sides. Mayo, who haven't played in the final before. Cork, who played in 3 in the last 2 years. Not because of a drawn match last year. Peter Ford struggling to get away from John O'Driscoll. It's 45 metres from his own goal. Conor Coonahan under it with Greg Maher. It breaks down to Niall Cahalane, trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck for Cork. Michael McCarthy. Rounding Dermot Flanagan. Still Flanagan in pursuit. McCarthy. Kicking, scoring, and Cork have gone in front once again. A useful substitution by Cork. Michael McCarthy's first point. Cork, who struggled for long passages of the second half. Such was the competitive nature of the Mayo challenge, but they've edged into a 1-point lead as Dermot Flanagan was powerless to prevent McCarthy getting in the right-footed kick, which sailed well over the crossbar of Gabriel Irwin. Liam McHale, superb at midfield. Challenged by Dennis Allen. It breaks down to Paul McGrath, 45 metres out from goal. Is the game going to be won and lost in the next few minutes? Teddy McCarthy flying, it's over the bar. Teddy McCarthy's second point. Cork are ahead by 2 points, and there are now just over 8 minutes remaining. Dermot Flanagan facing his own end line, doing well, extricating himself from difficulty, and backed up by TJ Kilgallen through the pass outside there, quite legally towards John Finn. It's picked up by John O'Driscoll. A searing run forward, and there's no marking inside. Paul McGrath was loose, and for a moment there as well, Michael McCarthy was loose. It's with McCarthy. The turn. Well tackled by Micheál Collins, but it's still McCarthy. And the high angle shot has gone over the crossbar, and Michael McCarthy has picked 2 points for Cork since coming on as a substitute, and this Skibbereen player is delighted with himself, he'll be sure, as he opens up a 3-point gap. So a goal separating the sides, and on my watch, 6 minutes to go. Dennis Allen to Danny Cullity. Cork would seem to have weathered a storm, or are we being a bit previous? McCarthy, no luck with his shooting this time. Here's John Finn to set things moving from left half back for Mayo. Mayo who've played some really fine football this afternoon. There was a jersey held, it was Liam McHale, it was being held by Teddy McCarthy, and a substitute, Brian Kilkelly, coming in. Kilkelly's the one who comes in. He's come in each of the last 3 matches for Mayo. Exactly 5 minutes to go now. Cork ahead by 3. Mayo looking for another score, perhaps a goal. Will it be Finnerty who'll set it up for them? That's neatly inside. Kept going. Fitzmaurice with the final shot, rasping but wide of the target. Willie Joe Padden going, meeting but not gathering. Instead, it's taken over by Ray Dempsey. Another substitute in this match, Donny Cullity with possession. Dermot Flanagan is trying to get to the ball that time. I think he was being held. The referee allows an advantage, and it's come eventually as a sideline ball. It'll be a sideline ball to Cork. Still under pressure back there in their back division, and it's John Finn, left half back, gathering with poise. Thinking deep into a congested midfield, congested with Corkman, but it's taken by Ray Dempsey, and Ray Dempsey holds. He was fouled by Conor Coonahan, and the Cork defence not yielding any space, and the referee Paddy Collins, who's handled the game very well, I feel, penalising the Cork defence a further 10 metres. Kevin McStay looks like he's going to be the one to take it. I feel he might well be better used in around the forward line just now, but it's McStay who takes it in any case. A good ball too. McHale is in there, punched but stopped by Jimmy Kerrigan, and Kerrigan safely gathers. He's fouled, and it's going to be a free out. That was a vital interception by Kerrigan, who made another vital interception earlier in the match when McHale was the one again who was leading the path in on goal. That's McStay's well-driven ball, high. McHale is in there waiting, fisted on, and Kerrigan, what positioning. John O'Driscoll. Blocked down by Ray Dempsey. It comes to Micheál Collins. This might be Mayo's last hurrah. They've got to engineer some scores quickly. 3 points behind. Jimmy Kerrigan steps into the breach, however, and says, "Thou shalt not pass." It goes down towards Paul McGrath, fisted away by Jimmy Brown, and it's going to be a Cork sideline ball. As Larry Tompkins holds down on goal once again, misdirecting the shot, however. John O'Driscoll's across there with John Finn of Mayo. Finn doing superb. Well caught by John Finn. Dermot Flanagan and Peter Ford to launch another attack. Mayo need a goal if they're to stay in the championship. Slocum. Paul McGrath finding Niall Cahalane. Could he score? What a cheer there would be if he were to do so. And he keeps the ball down the Mayo end of the field. John O'Mahony hasn't given up by any manner of means. We're into the last minute, however. John Prenty, the secretary, there too, rousing their team. But Cork, it would seem, are poised to pick up their 5th All-Ireland title. Dinny Allen, Larry Tompkins, trying to get onto the left boot. In fact, it's the right boot eventually, and it screws inside towards Gabriel Irwin. A man outside, and that's Dermot Flanagan. And this really has to be the last attack from Mayo's point of view. Willie Joe Padden is beaten. Mayo looking a little disjointed in the last few minutes. Cork pressing home their advantage. Teddy McCarthy holding it up. Teddy, who scored 2 points so far in the game, fails to add to his tally. Teddy, who's buzzed around well at midfield, given a lot of leadership. And there it is! Cork are the All-Ireland football champions! For Billy Morgan's men, the Odyssey ends in some style. Cork fashion a victory over Mayo. In the end, there were just 3 points between the teams, but Mayo made Cork fight every step of the way in what was a memorable All-Ireland final. And for Billy Morgan over there and the Cork selectors, the end of a a long quest for honour. They win the All-Ireland final. Final score, Cork 17 points, Mayo 1 goal and 11.
Gorgeous Corky, Agan Minish, on current Sam Maguire, O'Halleen, captain for England Corky.
Crowning moment in a year of brilliant memories as the Munster and League champions Cork complete the clean sweep. Dennis Allen with the team delighted on the steps of the Hogan stand. Sam is going back to Leeside.
Uachtarán, Ordaspig, agus a Carda. Tá an Ásorum, Sam Maguire i Dlacha, agus a Hógarash, go Corky Taresh, Shady Albion. Supporters of Cork and supporters of the GA games, it's a great honour for me as captain to accept the Sam Maguire and take it back to the banks of the league after 16 years. We've put you through a lot of frustration over the last 16 years. I hope to God today makes up for that, and I'd like to have 3 cheers now for Mayo. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip.
So Cork had become double champions of Ireland in '89, having won the National League and the All-Ireland. And what of Mayo? Well, they may not have won the final, but they won many admirers for their gallant efforts and also convinced many people that they will be back again on All-Ireland final day. But that, as they say, is another story, and one that will be told, no doubt, at the end of the 1990 season.